Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. How are you on this fine Tuesday? It's been a minute, hasn't it? Yeah, we were down and out for the month of February with that stupid flu. So even after I thought, okay, I can get back to normal, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So here we are today. I'm trying to find you on my laptop. If you are joining me live, be sure to say hello. Oh, there it is. It says live right there. If I don't say anything, please don't take it personally because I have to pay attention to what I'm doing most of the time. If you're catching this on replay on my YouTube channel, please be sure to give my video a thumbs up and share it to your friends and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'd appreciate that. Let's see, I got a new light. Let's turn that on. There we go. I don't know if that does any more or less, or I don't know. We'll see. I need to get some better overhead light, and I thought that little bar would help, but we'll see. Okay, so today Stampin' Up! Launched some brand new online exclusives. And I only got a few. As a demonstrator, we get to pre-order the month before it goes live. And like I said, the month of February, it was not fun and games around here. So I just got a few things. So what I thought I would do is show you the 3 items that I got. And then we're going to recreate my Casing Tuesday card with some of the new designer series paper I got. So I only got 2 of the stamp sets. I thought I had more, but no, I lied. Hang on. I did get a suite of product that we are going to be using some of it at our retreat next month. And it's called On the Go, I think is the name of the suite. So it comes with this stamp set and these tags, and then of course that pretty designer series paper. I haven't even opened it yet. It comes with some twine, and here's a little bit of a sneak peek of one of the in colors coming in the new catalog in May. This color right here is Strawberry Slush. Remember when we had that color a couple years ago? Well, it's coming back. And then this is in, I think it's Shy Shamrock and Azure Afternoon. And it has these fun puffy stickers. They just look like so much fun. They have some arrows, 2 different kinds of arrows, some stars. I'm not sure. I guess those would be like the little the doohickey, you like that term, that you put your tags on and attach it to your luggage. Same with probably this. But I just thought these were adorable. So yeah, that's going to be part of the product at our retreat. And then, hang on, we'll put that away later. And then I got this stamp set. It's okay, and it's got some really fun, well, I shouldn't say fun. It's got some nice sentiments for when people are having a hard time, which, you know, a lot of people are experiencing issues these days. So I really like this stamp set, and I got Pattern of Friendship. I guess there's a die that goes, it's a full sheet die that's, I think it says Pattern of Friendship on it. So I just grabbed the stamp set. I don't know if there's another die set or not aside from that. And then this designer series paper, it's called Botanical Textures. It goes with a suite of product, and I don't know the name. I'm sorry. I'll have the links inside my blog post. But the other pack of designer series paper that goes with it has patterns like a basket weave and that kind of thing. But this one caught my eye because it's all black and white patterns. I'll show you. we're going to be using this sheet. Isn't that a fun background? And then leaves. This is this pattern right here. They have a new embossing folder that has the same pattern. I didn't see it till after I had ordered, so I didn't get that one yet. And then there's that sheet. And what would be fun is coloring part of this with either the blends or a blending brush. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And then this pattern, which that's, let's see, that's another similar to the back of what we're using today, only in the dark. And then this sheet here. This one would be really pretty coloring those leaves and these little flowers. But black and white is so nice to make cards with. And when I was trying to come up with something for my Facebook Live, I thought it would be fun to use this to create this morning's Casing Tuesday card. This was the original one using, this is the memorable blooms, and we're going to be making this same flower. And then I used the Country Woods on crumb cake, and there's the inside. And of course, decorating the envelope. This is what we're going to make this afternoon. See the difference with the black? I used the same colors, the Petunia Pop. I did emboss this, and I made my sentiment banner a little bit longer. But they're two completely different looks. I just love it. So this is what we're going to do today. So let's get started. I have everything pre-cut for us. We will have to do some coloring. Let me grab a blank here. All the measurements for this card are listed in this morning's blog post, because this is a Casing Tuesday project. And you'll be able to see all of that on the post, plus the post I do for this card. So first I think I'll get the envelope out of the way. And there's that pattern. And I'm just going to decorate it by adding the DSP to the flap of my envelope. This is one of my very favorite ways to decorate my envelopes. I think it just ties the project all together. Now that sheet of Designer Series paper is 2.5 by 6. You could probably do 2 1/4, but I already had it cut for something else. So I'm just going to trim around the envelope flap, like so. I just realized I didn't bring out my die cutting machine for after when I color the flowers. That's okay. It's right here. So that's one nice thing about being in the back of the studio. Everything is right here. Let's get this out of the way. We'll bring that in when we're done. And I'm using Memento ink since I'm going to be coloring with my blends. Okay. And going with the black and white theme, you absolutely could just leave it black and white. Now, like my new mat here, I don't know, I don't want to color and find out that it's going to not be able to clean up my blend, so I'm going to use a piece of grid paper. So I'm using Granny Apple Green for the leaves, Pretty in Pink for the flowers, and then the Petunia Pop for the flower centers. So, let's see. I'm going to color the leaves that have the veining in them. I'm going to use both the light and the dark Granny Apple Green to give them some texture. And then the little leaves, I'm going to color with just the dark, so that kind of gives them, they'll pop a little bit more so than the other leaves. Give them some more definition. Let's make sure I'm in the, I am. Okay, does that look dark to you? I'm trying to see it on my laptop being, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we'll just keep going here. And if you're watching on my YouTube channel, you can just fast forward out of this. I thought about coloring it ahead of time, but that maybe you might want to see my thought process in coloring with the Stampin' Blends. These are our alcohol markers. And because these are so tight, I'm not going to do a lot of different shading, just a little bit. That's going to bring in some of that veining a little darker. If the leaves were bigger, I'd absolutely just do the outline like I will do on these. Come through like this. And remember, don't worry about being perfect on these, because after all, it's a handmade card, right? Okay, so this is the dark. Let's go in and do the small leaves. And when you use the big brush end, you just barely need to touch your cardstock because the alcohol will flow that ink right into your project. Okay. These are little bitty leaves. Right. And we're going to use the Pretty in Pink for the flowers. Oh, I don't want to forget those big leaves either. Those I'm going to do in the light granny apple green and just fill in the line with the dark. I'm almost going to need a new granny apple green set. Come through and add this detail. Okay. And then come around that flower. Yeah, the tip on this is starting to wear. Let's see, here's one right here. Yeah, you just need a very light touch with these. Come in and do this one. Come back in with that dark. Just at the tip there, right here. There we go. Okay, leaves are done. Now let's do the flowers. So I'm going to do the light for the bigger flowers. Again, this is Pretty in Pink. And I'll come over on those little ends that are flipped over. I'll do the dark. And use the Petunia Pop for the center. And then the little buds there, I'm going to use the dark Pretty in Pink. And this is the same color palette that I used in my Casing Tuesday card. It gives it a completely different look with the black and white versus the crumb cake. Okay, so we're going to come in, color these guys. Get that little tip. Oh, I see I missed a little leaf there. Oops, I want the dark, not the light. Okay, there we go. So you just barely need to touch it for those little ones. And then the little flower buds. Oops, looks like I missed a flower. Okay. Get the pink, the light pink. This was one of my very favorite pinks. I was sad when it retired. What was it? I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago? Could have been longer than that. How time flies when we're having fun, right? So I'm going to use the light It is light, isn't it? Yep. Petunia Pop to do the flower centers here. And it just gives it that look of veining to me. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oops. All right, now let's cut it out right quick. Let me grab my machine. And then this should fit. Yep. Get this out of the way. And then I want to use a little bit of tape over the, oh, I missed the bottom of that leaf. Just real quick, put that in there. There. And then get the die. This is in the mini catalog, and this is that octagon that it has in there. We're actually going to be using this die, stamp and die set for our team meeting. And we're using that fun gingham vellum with this. The cards are really pretty. And then we're actually going to be creating both our February and our March cards at that team meeting. The March cards are going to include this black and white paper. Okay. Let's turn this around like this. That paper is just a teeny bit wide, but that's okay. And I'll get this out of the way. And then we'll pop this out. Okay. We'll put our die away. And then I'm still alive. Hi. Larry just got home from running around. He's been taking Bailey with him everywhere he goes. She's doing so good. Can't believe she's almost 4.5 months old already. How time flies, right? Okay. So now what I want to do is find the rest of my card base. Okay, so when I die cut, or actually just cut my piece of Petunia Pop, this one I embossed with that, for the life of me, I can't think of the name of it, but I'll have it in the blog post. It's that brick that's kind of grungy looking. You like my vocabulary? This is what happens when you don't do a Facebook Live for a while. So this I'm going to turn on its side a little bit. And then I'm going to add adhesive to the embossed side because I want the debossed on the front. And then I'm going to add this kind of at an angle. And then our little 1-inch strip, we're going to add right over that. Okay. Our die cut piece we are going to attach with dimensionals. And then on the sentiment strip, I cut that to the 3.5-inch width so that it's the same width as that 1-inch layer. I hope I have that in here. Well, that's okay. We can fix that. As I happen to have 1/2-inch strips right next to me. Again, this is the nice part of doing doing my Facebook Lives at the back of the studio. Oh, I think I found it. Nope. But we can fix it. So we're just going to trim this to 3.5 inches. Like that. Okay. Set that aside. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment in the black. There are embellishments that go with that suite of paper. They are kind of a flat enamel dot that come in black, white, I believe there's crumb cake, and very vanilla, if I remember right. All right, let's cover that up for a minute. Now I'm only going to add 2 dimensionals because this is going to straddle that flower base, the stem. I'm just going to lay that right over the flowers, like so. And I have a black twine bow. And I'm going to add with a mini glue dot. Set that aside. Add the twine bow there. Just trim those edges just a little bit. They look a little frayed. There we go. Okay. And then that's all we need those for. On the inside, I originally was just going to add another piece of the designer series paper, but I thought since I'm stamping the sentiment in black, I wanted to bring in some of the petunia pop. So I can save this piece for another card. And I want my grid paper. Stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp this right in the corner. There we go. Even stamped off, that's pretty dark. But that brings in that color palette that is on the front. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I'm using the same sentiments I did for my Casing Tuesday. I'm going to bring this right down to the bottom. I don't think it's straight, but that's okay. Again, it's handmade. Stick that over there. Let's put this over here. We'll add this to the inside. Oh, I forgot my bling. I didn't purchase, and I don't know why. Again, when you're sitting on the couch coughing away with that flu, I just ordered a few things and really wasn't paying much attention to what I was ordering. That could get me in a lot of trouble. Okay, so I am going to use, these are pretty. They are the adhesive backed sparkle gems. And you know me, you have to have a lot of bling on the card. Hi, Lynn. Better late than never, that's right. Okay, we're just finishing up. See, doesn't those black sparkle gems just make that pop? Okay, let's get this out of the way. And we'll look at our final products here. And then here's the original. This is with the crumb cake and the country woods. And here it is with the black and white. The Botanical Textures DSP. Isn't that pretty? I think I like this card better than the original card. So, what do you think? All right, I still have to finish the blog post for today. I will have links to my online store so that you can purchase items. And I thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed it and I was able to inspire you for the week. We will be playing in the studio on Saturday for our February Scrap Club. And then in 2 weeks after that, we'll be having our monthly classes for March. So have a great Tuesday, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.